Lance Lambert. Thanks for tuning into the Vintage Vehicle Show. We are in Seaside, Oregon at the Wheels and Waves Car Show. This is a great car show full of great cars, great people. We're going to do what we do every week. You're going to get a chance to meet some of these people, see some of these cars, and hear some great music. So do what I tell you to do every week. Just kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. Butch and Jetta Holmberg, you have a 1959 Thames, better known as an English Ford to a lot of people. Very unusual car and very cool. It's drawing a lot of interest here in Seaside. How did this come about?
Well, I actually found a car in California. It used to be a florist delivery van. And they were imported in the United States in 3 different ways: by Singer Sewing Machine, Chicken Delight, restaurant chain, and the Calgary Canadian Postal Service.
So nothing like a big speed equipment company or whatever. It's, it's delivering flowers and chicken.
Well, it's 72 cubic inches and 36 horsepower. Sure, you get 55 miles to the gallon, so that's cool.
I would suspect, especially from what I've seen, you are getting as much reaction from this vehicle as any of the high-buck, high-powered cars here at Seaside.
And we should. We're in a surf city. You got to have a surfer car.
And on the side it says...
Shark Bait Surfing School.
And it shows some kids being surfing and chased by sharks or whatever.
Yeah, it's actually a logo from A&W out of Santa Monica, California. Mm-hmm. We found it in the surfboard magazine, so we asked the artist to go ahead and put it on the car.
And we put a shark fin on it.
What inspired you to do this rather than a 55 Chev with, a 350 Chev in it?
Well, we have 2 of these, and the other one has the 350 Chevy in it. But we wanted one that was all original. So instead of having one with 355 horsepower, we thought it would be nice to have an all original at 36 horsepower. Mm-hmm. And I don't have to go from gas station to gas station in this one.
You don't see yourself coming down the street on this. There are not many of them around. I've seen maybe, 2 over the times that we've been doing this show. It's very, very unusual. Is that something that you sought out, kind of the odd rod sort of thing?
Well, the other one we have, a 1957 English Ford Thames, I bought it from Chicken Delight in Los Angeles when they went bankrupt in 1963 and street rotted it, and I looked for another one and found this one in Placerville, California.
Well, thank you very much for being on the Vintage Vehicle
Thank
Show.
you for having us.
Way back in the early to mid 60s when I was in high school, I had a very nice 54 Oldsmobile. I'm walking along the street here in Seaside. I spot a very nice 54 Oldsmobile, but I got to say, Mary Ellen and Jim, yours is a lot nicer than mine was.
Well, thank you very much.
How did this come about? How did such a good-looking car come into such a good-looking couple's ownership?
Well, thank you. Actually, we were looking for a 61 Oldsmobile convertible, Starfire, and my wife saw this car in the parking lot at Puyallup. And after her talking to me for 2 months, I ended up buying it. And then we did a full restoration on it and made it our car by putting our colors and our upholstery and that sort of thing together for it. We're very happy with the car.
How close to the truth was he?
Exactly. Truth.
Very good.
To lunch, and I spotted it, and I said, "Oh, look at that car," because this is one of my favorite colors.
The 98s, they were, what, a foot longer than the 88s, and they look more like 55s than they do 54s.
Yes, very definitely. In fact, this car does have, even though it's a 54, it has 55 side chrome on it.
And that decision and the color decision in the interior, you looked at it and it spoke to you, it said that's what I need to be, or how did you arrive at the choices you made on the car?
Well, pretty much my wife picked the exterior colors, and then I just made everything else mold and complement the exterior colors. Mm-hmm. The interior, I'm really happy with the upholsterer. When I had given my design, he said, Jim, I don't think that'll look good. And after we got through, he says, Jim, I was wrong, it looks very good. So we're happy with that too.
You knew better. The running gear on it, stock 54 Olds, or did you?
No, we had a performance engine built by Mondello out of California. So according to their specs, it has 470 cubic inches, 550 horses, and it pulls down 700 pounds of torque.
What do you think it is about car shows that make them so much fun? Everybody just it's like you're at a really great party or something.
All the people are so nice.
What I've found is it's a nostalgic trip. Actually, it's the fountain of youth. That's why we collect old cars. I get in my old car, I love to drive them, and I'm going down the road, I listen to the old music, and all of a sudden I'm 19 years old again.
When you started up your car to park it here, it really tripped the memory lane for me because my car sounded just like your car, and my two best buddies in high school, Bob and Daryl, when they would see me in the halls of Stadium High School in Tacoma, Washington, they would walk by me and go, bo 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 bo. That's what your car sounds like. Jerry MERCERO, this is a beautiful 1941 Willys. How did this come about? And this is red. This is really red.
Yeah, it's Viper red is actually what it is, the color we used. But
what's the running gear on it?
It's a 468-inch Hemi. Started out life as a 392, 1957 vintage. It's got a lot of vintage speed parts on it, Mondello heads and a Krieger intake and stuff you just can't find anymore. So.
The build on the car, was the main interest to take this, be able to take this on the strip and turn some good ETs with it, or drive it on the street with a lot of power, with the race sort of look? What'd you have in mind?
Well, I built it to be track legal. It's got a serted chassis, but it's a street car. I don't want to put it on its roof now. It's too much money, too much time.
The power plant on this, give me some details as far as the build on that.
It's, like I said, it was a 392 Hemi. It's been poked and stroked 468 inches. Got Mondello heads, 212 intakes, 202 exhausts, 308 duration, 575 lift cam. It's got Mickey Thompson rods, Arius pistons, a Vasco stroker crank. It's got, like say, a Krieger blower intake, and then it's the large 671 GMC blower with pair 850 Demons on it.
What kind of time did you turn on the track with this?
821 at 168.
168 miles an hour.
Yes, sir.
How many horsepower does this have?
Just at 1,100.
Just 1,100. Just 168 miles an hour, just 1,100 horsepower.
Yeah, it's a handful.
Yeah, I bet it is. When you climb this and fire it up, do you feel like the guy at the rodeo that's coming out of the stall on top of the Brahma bull, or is it pretty manageable?
Well, you know, it's got an automatic because I'm old, but you stab the gas pedal, it gets your attention right away. You got to pedal it. Doesn't want to go real straight. It's an 8-second car, so.
Well, Jerry, it's a beautiful 8-second car, or any second car. It's fantastic. So thank you very much for being on the Vintage Vehicle Show, and be careful out there. Margaret Gammon is gracious enough to give us an interview today, and Margaret, that is a bit of a sacrifice for you because we had to stop you from riding around in this beautiful 1956 T-Bird. We want to tell you we appreciate that.
Well, it's been a wonderful day, and touring Seaside and seeing all these wonderful, wonderful cars.
There's a lot of cars here, a lot of great old cars. Do any of them bring back memories for you?
Oh, very much so. The 34, 35 Fords, coupes. My husband and I drove from Tigard, Oregon back to Cape Cod in our 34 Ford.
Margaret, I'm going to do something very, very rude. May I ask you how old you are?
I'm 94 years old.
94. Do you realize some of the cars here are almost as old as you are?
I didn't realize that. Today I don't feel old. I feel very young and enthusiastic.
What car do you think about when you were a child? What car do you remember?
Well, my parents' Oldsmobile touring car, they bought a new Oldsmobile in Portland. It was probably a vintage of 1922, 24, and we would take trips from Tiger down to the Oregon coast.
Margaret, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us on the Vintage Vehicle Show, and now I will let you and that beautiful red hat and this beautiful red car finish your cruising around.
Oh, thank you very much.
I have a soft spot for 53 and 54 Chevs, so this beautiful 1953 Chevrolet popped out in front of me. I wanted to find out more about it. It has some interesting things done to it. Harold SUTPHIN, tell us all about your 1953 Chev Bel Air.
Well, I've had it for about 12 years. It was a nice car when I bought it. I've done a few mods on it. I put a 58 Impala roof emblem on it. I put 55 Chevrolet headlight rings on it, Pontiac trim pieces on it, and just a little dress-up stuff. It's basically a good running little six-cylinder. It's got a 5-speed in it, and nice driver down the highway.
The 58 Impala chrome doodad on your roof, I've seen that done in the distant past, but not for a long time.
Yeah, that's old school, I guess you could call it. I'd like to have a 58, but can't afford one, so I have to make one.
Running gear on it?
It's got a 235, which is stock for a 54. Has a Camaro 5-speed in it and a 57 Chevrolet rear end with 323 gears. And it runs down the highway. It cruises at 70 miles an hour down the highway. Runs good.
This reminds me of the way cars looked in the little books, the Rod and Custom,
Yes.
and those cars.
Right.
And it seemed like back then in the late 50s to late 60s, there was a lot of this kind of car, and then it went towards, especially in the 60s, it went towards real radical custom. And then the whole thing swung the opposite direction to bone stock, and now we're kind of looking at the mild customs again.
Yeah, you're starting to see a lot more older cars with wide whites and steel wheels, and they just kind of retro, going back to that old look, which I think is great.
Well, Harold, thank you for being on the Vintage Vehicle
I
Show and
appreciate
sharing information about your car. Appreciate
Yes,
it
sir.
very much.
Okay, thank you.
Larry Hanson, 1959 Cadillacs are considered an icon, and I know you up in the Pacific Northwest are considered an icon when it comes to old cars. How did the Larry Hanson connect up with the 59 Cadillac?
My wife's dream. This is the car she wanted, and since I have always had the cars, I built it for her.
And building it for her means she picked the color, she picked the upholstery, she did everything?
She did everything. I just paid for it, and I did the mechanic, or advised on the mechanical, the running gears, what we wanted, what I wanted, taking some of the chrome off, but the cars, the color, the upholstery, everything else, exactly what she wanted.
59 Cadillac, is that something that she wanted for a long time, or did she just see one and go, well, I like that? You know?
She's wanted one for probably 20 years, 25 years, back when there were a lot of money back then, a couple $100,000 for a convertible. That's when she decided she wanted one, and we found this one about 7 years ago.
Walk us through the build. What did you start with, and what do we have running gear-wise and all that?
We started out, I found the car from the original owner. It was been under carport for about 18 years. It was all rusted out. I didn't know it was that bad when I bought it. All the floorboards had to be replaced from the front seat back. New quarter panels, new fenders, new doors. Running gear is a 454 crate motor with a 4L60 transmission, and it's all brand new.
The custom car crowd, this is a mild custom. You've altered it, but it's not a drastic, you haven't eliminated the fins or chopped the top 3 inches or anything like that. This looks like a car, if it looked just like this back in 1965, it would have been appropriate. Did you have that in mind?
Oh yeah, because I've always liked the old school look. I like the bigger cars, the old school look, and the striping and the scallops, and which we haven't done here. She says no striping, so I don't know. But I just like the old school look, and I like big cars. We both do.
Seaside, Oregon, what a great spot for a car show. There's a lot of shows going on this weekend. What brought you to Seaside rather than some other part of the country?
I like the way they do Seaside. It's a lot of people. It's a clean show, a lot of nice people. The stores, you're right downtown, no mud, nothing to walk in. And even when it's rained, it hasn't been that bad. But this, I think, is my 6th, 7th year here, and it's a great show. And the people put it on, do a great job. Gary and Marge do a real good job here. And it's a real caring lot of people, and a lot of entertainment, a lot of fun.
Well, Larry, it's been fun having you on the show. Larry is considered one of the big shot car guys in the Northwest, so it's really nice to have you on the Vintage Vehicle Show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lance. It's good to talk to you.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Gary, the Wheels and Waves car show appears to be a screaming success once again.
Mother Nature helped us this year along for the first time in about 10 years or so. We got 3 days of sunshine, it looks like, and everybody's got smiling faces. The streets are full of people.
What kind of turnout did you have?
We ended up with 407 registered cars, which shows a growth over last year, because last year we had 405, so we're growing fast, but 400 is just about the right number to really have a good time and what we can accommodate and still keep it friendly and small townish type thing.
What do you think you offer at this car show that people don't get at maybe some other car shows?
We got the beach. Then we'll start with that. But now what we've got is we've got shops and things for everybody to do. We've got a kite festival on the beach. We try to keep everybody busy through the whole weekend, and the cars just become the icing on the cake. But we had a party last night for the participants, and Elvis and Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin showed up. And then tonight we've got a sock hop and a casino night going over there again for them all, and 3 cruises. We just keep people going and involved and wear them out so they go back to work on Monday. They need a day of rest. That's basically what it's. It's having fun.
We've had such a great time here in Seaside, Oregon at the Wheels and Waves Car Show. Great cars, great people, and Seaside is a great town. If you've never been there, you need to go there. If you have been there, you need to come back and visit it again. Big thank you to Gary and Margie DIEBOLT. They were the head of the car show. They were our hosts here. They took great care of us. So a big thank you to them, and a big thank you to you for watching the show, and we'll see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.